spicy, and so we want to make sure that we check them and see if we need to do splits. I'm guessing that 11 will need split, and probably 3 will too. We need to evaluate that. 10, you said, is spicy?
Well, I mean, I kind of looked in the front door and they're like, go ahead.
Yeah, my guess is that we're gonna need to add another box to 10. And unfortunately, we had a bunch of frames stored and wax moths got them. So that's why we're snapping new foundation in. If you want to do that, that'd be great. We're doing 10. We might need more than that after all. At any rate, my guess is we're going to find a lot of drones, and if anybody's interested, we can do a little practice queen marking so that you can check it out. Drones are the best things to use because they're nice and they're fat and they don't have stingers. So it's easy to pick them up and put them in the marker. Any questions? You need gear? There's gear around.
I know we also moved resource frame from, I think, 11 into here. So there should be at least 1 or 2 frames that are drawn comb. So she could be laying in there already. And I know we've got the Miller feeder on top. Yes, yep. And we'll feed them again today before we leave. So do y'all know why we feed them? 1-to-1 sugar syrup will stimulate them to draw comb. We're kind of on a flow right now, so they're already. I saw a hive beetle. Where'd it go? Right there. Yep, I hate them. They're the worst.
Some of the packages came with hive beetles.
Oh, did they really? Yeah, I don't doubt it. I know some people too, when they get packages, they'll wait maybe 6 or 7 days and then they'll hit them with oxalic acid vapor because they haven't capped any brood yet. And so what that'll do is that'll kill any varroa mites that came with the package. And it gets them before they cap over their brood, which would protect the varroa from the vapor. We didn't do that because people have lives and stuff. And so I always like to start with an outside frame first, so you don't roll any bees. 1, 2. All right, and it's a 10 frame box with 9 frames in it, so we'll probably put a foundation in here. Right now, y'all see anything?
Yellow cap and some honey.
So I think, yep, so this is going to be some pollen and some bee bread, and then there's a little bit of nectar that they're putting away kind of right here. I don't know if that shows up, Leslie.
It does.
Yeah, cool. So usually this outside frame is just going to be a resource frame, and it seems like that's exactly what they're using it as. All right, and then out here, yep, and so this is actually so that's got just again a lot of resources, like maybe a little bit of pollen on this side. One thing we can do later, I didn't expect this, but there are a couple drones on this frame. But one thing that we can do later, if y'all are feeling it and if their girls aren't getting too pissy, is we can try marking drones. I've never done this before, so you can pick them up by their wings. So they don't have stingers, so it's really great to start with a drone.
And the goal is to not damage her,
Yep.
right? If this were a real queen.
And then you can, so this is a queen marking pen, and we're using purple because purple isn't any of the colors that we normally use throughout the year. But then you can just sort of gently mark them on their thorax, and then pick them up by their wings, and then just drop them back down on the frame. And so he seems totally fine, happy and healthy. And so if, as you get new queens, you want to mark them, it makes them easier to see, but then you also know what year they're from because different years have different colors. And so picking them up, that's one way to do it. There's also like special queen marking cages that you can buy. Good drive-by marking. I know that can be, yep, and there they go, they do fly away. I know. Yeah, and it is more challenging with gloves on. I know if you kind of like.
It's tighter.
Yep, exactly.
Is that good right there?
Yeah, yep. I think that's perfect.
Good
And then
job.
just drop them.
There you go, buddy.
Yep.
So I grabbed him. Once I grabbed him by the wing, I just grabbed his body, and then that's all you got to do, really. Okay. And then you grab his body,
definitely.
but you don't want to push too hard because then you'll break his legs.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then he'll be useless.
Yep.
Okay.
And if he.
Dang, that was easier than I thought.
Yeah, it's not bad. So there's one over here.
What you learned. And tell me who you are.
Okay, I'm Emily. Hi.
You're first year beekeeper.
First year beekeeper. I did the Durham Bee School, so that was exciting. And this is my second day at the apiary, actually hands-on. And today I got to see a queen getting marked for the first time, and I got to practice marking a drone.
How was that?
It was cool. Yeah, I felt more confident with the drone, but once it was actual queen, Mimi did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I saw a queen cup for the first time, and I don't think I'd realized the difference between a cup and a cell, like
Now
queen
you-
cup.
Now you can differentiate them, huh? Very cool.
So yeah, those are kind of the highlights for today.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Maybe just getting to like look inside of the individual cells and just seeing what they're getting up to, and yeah.
It's fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch a bunch of YouTube videos and try.
I like it. We went into a hive and we were always told it might be spicy, but boy, it was fine.
Yeah.
Didn't really get stung at
That's
all.
the happiest
Number
thing.
11, yeah.
That's
So
the
it's nice to,
happiest accident.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else learn anything new today? Yeah? Yeah, like the whole time. Cool. And was any of it scary?
It was, yeah, it was less aggressive than I expected.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
Okay
be
already.
a lot more.
I've got one bee that wants to hang out with me.
I've learned not to fear them because they only sting out of defense, and if you don't give them a reason to protect the hive, they're going to be like, oh, big polar bear looking thing isn't going to hurt.
They don't want to sting you. Like, that's not their goal in life. Their goal is to reproduce their colony and make sure that their queen stays healthy. DCBA made, and they run in partnership with Duke Campus Farm, and we are so fortunate in Durham County to have this facility because most people don't. And to have an apiary where you can just come and work and get practical experience is such a wonderful thing that most bee clubs don't have the opportunity to give. Like you have to go to individual hives if people are willing to open up their apiaries. And so we're so lucky to have this. Use the resource.